I love children. I love mothering children. I'm very nurturing in nature. Ever since I was a child, I have always known that I don't want to have children. So recently, I put up this post where I said I wanted people to, especially women, because I didn't focus on men. Who focuses on men nowadays? I'm just saying. Where I told some women that they should send me their reasons why they've chosen not to give birth. If you're a woman that you do not want to give birth, why don't you want to give birth? And this is a very extremely private and intimate conversation to have. Even I am a woman that I do not want to have children. The reason I don't want to have children is just that it's just not something that calls to me. Ever since I was a child, I have always known that I don't want to have children. And deep down, except you're not in tune, because I'm very in tune with myself, I'm very in tune with my chi. I call it my chi. So as a child, I never had that urge to go and play with like a Barbie doll. I want to play, this is my baby, I want to dress her. Yeah. To me, it's like, this is just not something that I want. Or when I see babies and they say, oh, my uterus, I can't wait to birth kids. Or when I date someone and I'm thinking of a family, I can't wait for my children to run around in the home and things like that. I don't have those images in my head. I've never had those images in my head. And it doesn't mean that I hate kids. I love kids. I love children. I love mothering children. I'm very nurturing in nature. But the fact that I'm nurturing in nature doesn't mean that I want to be able to give birth to my own kids. I know that I will not be the best mother that I can be. So when I already know that deep in my heart, why should I take up that decision and do it? My trajectory in life is one that's going to be very demanding, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very proud of where I'm headed. I'm very proud of all I've done. I'm very proud of the journey that I'm taking. I know it's the journey less traveled. A lot of women who go through this journey, I feel, are also women who want to birth kids. So they are always in a position where it's a serious dilemma. Do I, stop my career trajectory? Because when you do have kids, it is the painful truth. It's going to reduce your intensity, because now you're not just responsible for yourself. I would like to be the kind of person, foster mom, where I can have my home be a safe space for children or for teenagers who need a place at the moment until they find a more nurturing environment where they can blossom and things like that. I would love that.
Sorry, what's the difference between that and actually having a child? Is it childbirth that scares you?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Why? But
I'm not scared at all.
If you're not scared, you're either scared or selfish.
I'm not scared. I'm selfish.
Okay.
It is selfish. I'm very selfish regarding this, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of it at all.
You're not scared of childbirth. You don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
But you want to have kids you can nurture.
I don't want to have kids. I don't want to be pregnant. I don't want to go through labor.
So that brings us back to childbirth.
I don't want to I don't want to. It's not a problem.
Is it a question of childbearing? The process of childbearing, being pregnant for 9 months, all the rudiments that comes with it, the sickness,
I think
trauma, and all that has been associated with it.
I mean, that's definitely one part, but it's not all. It's one part. I think if you want to become a mother, there are people that look forward to being, I can't wait to get pregnant, because becoming a mother, a biological mother, I'm not talking about just the mother as a title. Becoming a biological mother doesn't start when you give birth. It starts from when you take it, when you're pregnant, even the connection you feel with your unborn baby. All of that, those are not things that appeal to me. That's the word. Those are not things that appeal to me. So when I say I would rather be a foster mom, I would rather take care of children that need a safe space, that are already born, that don't have anybody to guide them. When I say this, they say things like, because you're young, when you get older, you're going to change your mind, which I find to be very demeaning and disrespectful when people say that, because you undermine my decision because of my age. And it doesn't make sense to me. Yes, change is the only thing constant in life. So for me, I might decide to change in the next 20 years and say, okay, I do want to have children. And that's completely okay, because again, change is the only thing constant in life. But you keep saying that if you don't have children, there's something wrong, could decide that in the next 20 years as well, that giving birth was also a waste of time. When you want to date someone and you know that children isn't something that you want, how do you date people? I believe that dating is something that tells you more about yourself and about the other person. I don't think dating is something that must lead to marriage. I don't even think marriage is something that must lead to childbirth. I think it depends on the two people involved. So I can date you, I can date you and know that I don't want children, and know that this relationship we are in is not going to last for more than a year, and still cherish what we have. It doesn't mean that for me to date you, I must want to marry you, I must want to think of having a child with you. No. However, if I'm with someone who I know is very family oriented, I have to bring this up, not at the beginning of the relationship, because it is not something that should be justified. It's not a conversation that should be had with just anyone. I need to know who you are. I need to know that this is a relationship that you want to commit to. So I need to lay all my cards on the table and tell you that moving forward, there are certain things that I just don't like, and let you know beforehand. Childbirth, motherhood doesn't define my womanhood. I think I just wanted to put myself out there to give certain women the courage to also put themselves out there, because I've always known this, but it wasn't up until I read about Oprah. And this is why I love Oprah. It's not because of her show or her empire or whatever. That is the secondary thing. I knew about Oprah from her history, from her life, not from her show. People don't even know that. I did my research on this woman, because people are like, you're going to be like Oprah one day. You talk a lot, you, Oprah. I'm like, who is this woman? Went to Wikipedia, I did my research, and I saw her life history. I saw that she's the kind of woman who is living her life unapologetically, refusing to get married, refusing to have children, and I just clinged on to that and said, this is one woman that is doing it, and I know that I can do this as well. So I want to also put myself out there and let other women know that, or even other young girls who know inherently that there's a fire in them that they know they cannot quench. And I hope this touches someone out there, whether it's a man as well, because someone replied and told me that even as a man, he doesn't want children. And I feel like we also believe that men all want children, they want a heir, which is also a vanity kind of thing, which is okay. Like I said, all of us all have our own vanity in us, you know. So I hope it starts a conversation. I'm really glad Nsekwe also spoke about her surgery and the fact that she's unable to bear kids as well. I think that it also opened a certain vacuum for women who wanted to talk about these issues. But as a young woman, I feel it's also it's different when you've never gotten married, where you don't want kids, not because you went through a surgery, but because inherently you know you don't want them, you know. So it's a different dynamic on its own, and it's something that I would love to chat more about with you. If you're listening to this and you want to reply, you want to tell me your story as well, please just send your messages. I'm going to be reading it. Other women as well are going to be reading it. So yeah, that's it.